The Tie and Hoodie Show is sponsored by ICCLending.com. For real estate service, please go to ICCLending.com.
3, 2, 1.
Every human came to earth with a gift, and they must discover that gift and refine that gift for them to be fulfilled.
The prerequisite for spending time with any person is that they nourish and inspire you. They feed your flame.
Yo, hey man, how you work this radio?
You're not listening to the Tie and Hoodie Show.
Keep it locked.
Owning a home and paying it off is one of the data points of an everyday millionaire.
Home sales across the U.S. are on the rise as buyers take advantage of record low mortgage rates.
Good morning, morning, morning.
Now let's get back to the Tie and Hoodie Show.
Good morning. It's the Tie and Hoodie Show right here on 93.5 K-Day. Each and every Sunday, 6:30 to 7 a.m. We'll be talking about a variety of informative things that are valuable to your life. If you can get all this information at the tieandhoodieshow.com. And don't forget, this show is sponsored by ICC Lending, where all your loans are easy to be accomplished through ICCLending.com. I'll be your host, Travon Smith, as well as my co-host right here, the Mr. Humble, Andrew, Jesse Koba. How you doing today, Andrew?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hey, we're not together today because, of COVID, I'm not sick or anything. You're not sick either, but
No. I have recently had COVID test though, but everything is negative, positive. I got asthma, so we always talk about this. I got be a little bit more precaution than most people.
And Governor Newsom wants us to stay apart for a second. So, yeah.
Well, it switches week to week.
Yeah, exactly. So we're here.
So talking about it, the ladies that we have today we'll be speaking with some ladies from San Diego. If anybody's familiar with San Diego, they don't follow the rules as much, but it's a beautiful place to go. Because I recently went to San Diego and it was wide open. But these ladies have known each other for 30 years. They've created something that's special. That I think that, when you're in a minority community, we all have said, hey, where's the Latino restaurants, or where's the Black restaurants, or the Black businesses? And this is something we'll be talking about today. And they have different chapters that we spoke about. And I believe there's some in Las Vegas they're working on. We were trying to get them to throw us an LA chapter, but we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm gonna let the ladies introduce themselves. Like I said, they've known each other for 30 years. I believe they met each other doing track. So, hey, ladies, how are you guys doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you? We're good. I'm good. How you doing?
We can't complain. It's Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
So if you can just go ahead, just, one at a time, tell us your name, where you're from, and
most importantly, the organization, right?
Organization, exactly, yes.
So my name is Tanisha Smith. I'm co-founder of Black San Diego, Empowering Our Community. It started in April of 2016. That's me.
Okay.
My name is Shree, and I'm one of the founders of Black San Diego. Native of San Diego, and like she said, we've been doing this for about 4.5 years now. Black San Diego, just really trying to connect the community together and support Black-owned businesses.
And so my idea of San Diego, I live in Orange County. I've always lived in Orange County. So we've gone to San Diego Zoo, a couple times. It's just, when we first met, I didn't know that there were Black people in San Diego.
Everyone says that.
I'm serious.
I think that's kind of why we created it, because it's a transient town. So we have a lot of military, and they'll come out here. Most of them are from the East Coast or down south, where they have no problem with finding Black neighborhoods. So they come here like, where's the Black people? Where's the Black restaurants? I want some barbecue. Where's this? I need a haircut. And so we got kind of tired of hearing that, because we know where to go when we want to get our hair done or to get barbecue or get food or hang out with Black people. And so we wanted to create a platform to where they can know exactly where to go to get the things that they need.
And you said it's been established since 2016, and it's Black San Diego Empowering Our Community, right?
Right.
So that's a place where they can, the formal name. But
that's the formal name.
Black San Diego.
Empowering Our Community. So on the platform, on the Facebook platform, everybody is gathered there. It's like the hub, an online hub of everything Black that you can get in San Diego. And it's empowering because businesses can advertise, customers can come and network. It's just with the little click of a button, you're right there. Everything is real accessible.
So how many members do you guys have on your Facebook group, Black San Diego?
We just
over 36,000.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So 36,000 members on your, and most of these members on your Facebook group, 36,000 people, most of them are in the San Diego area, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing because, you know, there's cultural groups all over the country, all over the world. You know, Asians get together, Latinos get together, you know, whites get together. But again, San Diego is known as a leisure destination. It's not, you know, most people don't look at San Diego. They say, oh, let's go to San Diego. Let's go to the beaches, or let's go to the zoo, or go have some fun. It's not a place where you think that, okay, Black people will have businesses. And I was kind of intrigued to find out about what you guys have been doing for the past 4 years, and it's growing like wildfire, right?
That's why it's different for us hearing it from people from the outside. We grew up in it, so we already knew where all the spots were. We knew to go to the beach on Sundays, and everybody would be there. We would go to the skating ring. We knew the spots, and we know the spots. We know we used to, you know, back in the days, we can go to Huffman's and get the good barbecue because we grew up here. People that are not, because we are only 6%, I believe.
Yeah,
it's not on the forefront, but if you grew up here and you're embedded in it, then it was already known to us. We hardly ever go to we go to the zoo for a field trip every year.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't something that was all exciting and new. It's because it was something that was already embedded in us. So we didn't see San Diego the same way. At least I didn't see the San Diego the same way other people that were coming in from out of town were seeing it.
Well, hey, Black San Diego. What do you besides do you have a website, or I believe we were still getting the website built?
We have a website. It's ourbsd.com.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
So ourbsd.com. Ourbsd.
BlackSanDiego.com. So is there anything like with all the other business ventures that's going on? Because I know, like, with everybody else though, like the wheels may have been rolling in 2020 and things were, you know, picking up, and then March happened. And the reason why I know March, because like as Miss Tanisha, as yourself, you work in the school system as well. And I started spring break, and then we never went back. But we also have businesses going and you know, conducting our business. So a lot of things have slowed down. Has the 2020, you know, as they call it, it's become a adjective now. The 2020 affected Black San Diego as far as your momentum going into the year?
I don't think that it changed. I wouldn't say like it slowed it down. I think it just changed. I think we all kind of adapted to COVID. We all adapted to going virtual. I think for us, the push was even greater to support Black-owned businesses because, you know, they were shut down or they were only doing pickup for restaurants. So now it was like, hey, pickup, their pickup menu was this, or hey, just really pushing to advertise and really kind of get people to support Black-owned businesses now more than ever. And I think when the George Floyd thing happened, like our Instagram just shot up. And it was like a lot of people were trying to figure out how can they support Black-owned businesses. And I think people protest different, and people want to go out there and protest. People want to go out there and support Black-owned businesses. People take a different stance. So our stance was, we weren't going out in the streets and protesting. We were more so like, hey, these are the Black-owned businesses. We started putting down lists together go here, go this. You want to be able to help us in a way, support these Black-owned businesses. And I think that it didn't slow it down. It just really changed how we kind of did business at this point.
We literally got flooded. I think people were at home, and so they had time. We would go from like approving maybe 50 to 100 posts to now we got 1,000 posts waiting to be approved. You have people in there asking like, where is this? What's going on? How can we get help for COVID? Where are the kids gonna go, during online learning? Are there resources for internet access? I mean, and can they get lunch? The questions were just flooding in, and we seen it grew tremendously during COVID. Like it picked up.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is, but unfortunate. But then you know what I'm saying. It made us all adjust.
Because sometimes it takes a downfall for us to get an uprising. So now we're getting to see people supporting small businesses more. Like, don't go to your major restaurants. They already got money and grants or whatnot. Support the small businesses, especially the minority-owned businesses.
And you have those big businesses applying for PPP loans and receiving them, and you have the small businesses applying and not receiving them. So now you got companies reaching out, like, how can we help these Black-owned businesses that were not getting the funds? Like, what can we do? They're reaching out to us and seeing like, hey, how can we help out here?
Yeah.
So did you looking back 4 years ago, you both got together and say, you know what, we should start something that will just help our small community. And now you have 36,000 members. That's a phenomenal number. And the probability of that growing to, 50,000 or 100,000 members is just, it's out there.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming to you. So, I mean, did you ever think that this was going to get to this point? And what's the plan going forward? How are you going to manage, what's been, I mean, it wasn't like it was handed to you, it's happening. And so what's the plan?
I don't think we thought that it was going to get to this point. When we started, it was really like, hey, let's create a directory. And our directory, I think, started with 20, and now we have over 600 businesses. And we were like, we're going to do one networking event to kind of connect everybody together. We had over 100 people show up. And we thought like, okay, we're done. Like, we're not going to do anything else. And people said like they had such a good time to keep going. So we were like, okay, let's keep going. And here we are. I think that our business model now is more so empowering the community and really just the business owners. Like, okay, yeah, we're providing them with visibility, but now it's like, let's try and get them sustainability. And what we realized is a lot of the Black-owned businesses didn't qualify for PPP loans because they didn't have proper documentation for their business.
Yes.
So now we enrolled a B6 program, which helps business owners get the proper paperwork they need to be a legal business. So that's kind of like the model that we're going to. And then future, I think we listen to our owners, like our business owners. We listen to our community. So our business model has always been the needs of the community. And I think a lot of times people come into the community like, here, just throw this program at them without really understanding what the community really needs. So I think for us, it's just like our business model. We listen, we create something, and then we go on to the next. So I think that's where our future is going to be at.
I mean, this is really interesting because, some folks during this pandemic or before the pandemic, they were thinking, well, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to make an impact? Where do I start from? And folks forget that, the internet is absolutely free, number one, and I think what I'm hearing from you guys is you didn't go into this saying, let's go make money. You went into this saying, let's go create solutions that we think is a challenge, and it's growing like wildfire, So, Ms. Tanisha, how will you advise somebody who's looking at their community anywhere in the country right now, in the world, saying, I want to make a difference? What will be your advice for them, looking back on your journey in the last 4 years?
Do it. I mean, that's all. It's nothing to it but to do it. Like I literally put a post on Facebook and said, list the Black-owned businesses. Where are the Black-owned businesses? And people started to comment. And it grew from that. Like if you have something on your heart and you're feeling that you there's something that you can do to better, the smallest step could grow into something large. It's that mustard seed, analogy. Just start somewhere. And you will see that people with your same energy that are vibing with you, they will start to jump on, and it'll grow. You literally have to put one foot in front of the next and just get started.
If you're just tuning in right now, it's the Ty and Hoodie Show right here on 93.5 K-Day. We're checking in with Black San Diego. Black San Diego is rbsd.com, correct?
Yes.
rbsd.com. Please definitely check them out. You can get all their information once again on the Ty and Hoodie Show.com. We're talking to Miss Cherie, Miss Tanisha. I just want to know a little bit as far as, we talked a little bit about what you guys have went through to get here. Like what is some things that you could tell us, like if I have a small business, I'm moving down to San Diego, what is it, some things that that the benefits I get by joining your community? Like just walk us through it like an experience so people could hear exactly the details that you guys may go through, because you might inspire some young lady right now listening, or some man right now listening, saying, hey, I want to start a car club or a food trucks promotion. So just walk them through, because that's what we're all about, is sharing our experiences with our listeners and community.
There have been many breakout groups from our group. So once again, we said we have 36,000 members. So just imagine that. I sell jewelry. You have 36,000 people looking at your post saying that you sell jewelry. I would say be ready, be prepared, because a lot of people we have, unbeknownst to us, at the beginning, we post something and say, hey, I went to this certain business, and the next day, that next week, they are flooded with customers. Perhaps we're not ready. We've seen business owners tell us that they've got a 30% increase. They're booked throughout the end of the year because of a simple one post. So it's just, I'll say, be ready to network.
Yeah.
Come in there, ask.
Don't be afraid. Come unless you're ready. So don't come unless you're ready, right?
I mean, be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready. Okay.
I think we had there was a new hibachi bus. What's called Bachi Bus, that is a hibachi place that opened up. It was a food truck. They had their grand opening, and it was a 5-hour wait. When I got there, all Black San Diego members were in line, like ready to order food. Yeah. We posted the other day, there is a vegan food truck, that he was having some difficulties because of COVID, and he was like, I poured my heart and soul, and I may have to shut down and go back to work. And we reposted that, and we keep track of numbers too. We try and keep all our data. I went to 24 hours. He had 1,800 followers.
Okay.
I think 24 hours later, he had over 3,000 followers just by simple repost. And his wait was 2 to 3 hours just to get food, because the community showed up and showed out. It is really one of those things of being ready. And then not only that, I think there have been a lot of new businesses that popped up, because I feel like the page is giving people the confidence to start a business. Just getting the ideas. There's a Black owned spa right now. I know that at the beginning of the year, I wanted to go to do a spa day before we got shut down. But every place I looked at, it wasn't for me, And now we have our own spa that we can go to, and there's pictures of women that look like us in the spa. She has a gentleman room in there. So it's literally going in there, creating this new business, and she's booked and busy probably all the way through January. So those are things that it's like, yeah, come in, be ready, but whatever you need, like the community, they got you. Like they're ready to support.
Yep, be ready. Don't be afraid. Look, okay, you might come on the page and it's just our culture. You're gonna have a lot of people talking mess. They might clown, but within those comments, you're gonna find a jewel. You're gonna find a gem. Somebody that's like, yes, I want to collaborate. I can help you with your finances. I can help you. You're gonna find those gems in there. You might have to weed through all the little funny stuff, and just because that's the way we kind of communicate with each other and joke around, and yeah. But you just have to be open to receiving that information, what you ask for. With all these, we have so many resources in there. You just have to just really be open to receive it.
And And your past is, Miss Tanisha, you're a teacher, and Miss Cherie, you work in real estate. So you guys already had, your success, but you still had the audacity to put together something to start over. So I think that's important for people to hear, because they're like, I'm into, and me and Andrew talk a lot. I'm into speaking to our 9-to-5ers and saying, hey, there's definitely nothing wrong with 9-to-5, but we both believe, and I think we're all four on the same page. We have more to offer than a 9-to-5. So go out there and offer it. And that's something you ladies have exhibited.
Right. I think it's the movement for me. Like literally the first, I went on a march, Rodney King march, when I was little, right? So you keep hearing every time one of these police beatings, every time something happens, people say, we need to spend within our community. We need to circulate our dollars within our community. And every time we start to march, and it's like, okay, we got to stop marching. And this was a solution. It's like, we're the Black-owned businesses. So it's just, that was ingrained in me. And it just happened like organically. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Because that's still, so I don't mind still going to work. I love working with kids. Like I said, me and Cherie started running track together. So I teach physical education. So it's always something like going towards where my passion is. And this movement, Black movement, is just, that's just in me. Just do what you're passionate about. And I think you'll see it grow.
There is one thing that I'm going to say about the minority community, though, that a lot of people might not be fans of, but I'm going to say it because I buy from the minority community. We got to work on our customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Because I buy stuff from, and then it say, once you buy, no return, no nothing. I'm like, hey, if it's not right, let's at least be willing to talk to me about it. Minority communities, and we're getting better with our customer service, but we're so used to treating each other so harsh that I think that's something we can work on going into 2021 as we have more businesses. But I do see us getting better with customer service, but that's something that's important to minority community, because I've been a victim of it. Like, hey man, why are you getting an attitude with me? I just bought it and it's not even the right thing. And it was like, once you buy it, that's it. So I'm still willing. I always try to buy from I tell my kids and my family, for Christmas, we have to buy 3 to 4 things from minority businesses at minimum, whether it's soap, shampoos, detergent or clothing. So that's something that I've started a little ways back. But I think with 2020, we're all getting more involved in supporting smaller brands in minority markets.
We do have a Shop Black section on our website. So if you go there, all those the soaps and anything you can be looking for, and we'll keep adding on there. Also, we have an app. I don't know if we mentioned that before. It's a little over a year. But the app has a directory of Black-owned businesses that people can shop. Even if you're not here in San Diego, you can shop through the directory or through the website as well. But we've heard what you're saying about customer service. We are harder on each other than anybody else, believe me. But because, like Cherie said, we do try to create solutions. We just now started a nonprofit chapter of our business, and these are classes and workshops that we but that we are going to be offering to our business owners, so that we can step our game up, we can level up.
Hey, Cherie, Miss Cherie, I know with the pandemic, in January, in March, we thought, the housing market was going to go bust, Here comes all the bankruptcies, everybody's going to lose their homes. But what we're seeing is that, housing is getting even tougher to get into homes, How is it in San Diego, in your area, and how have you been able to manage in your business?
The housing market out here is super crazy. You're seeing anywhere from 20 to 40 offers on homes. Homes are only lasting about 24 to 48 hours. It's super competitive. Some people are offering 30, 40K over asking price. This is probably like the busiest I've ever been, though, in real estate. It's just been super crazy. So it's just one of those things of, if you want to buy, now's the time, because the interest rates are 2.25.
Yeah. And we know there's a lot of homelessness problems in San Diego too, because I've been down to the, when they used to have the Padres out there. I don't know if they still do, but been down to the stadium and that area, there's a lot of homelessness. How is that still the case? And how is your, Facebook group trying to help, minorities, solve that problem of homelessness?
It's still pretty big out here, especially downtown. I think that I won't say that as far as me and Tanisha really doing something, but the group, the community does stuff. You'll see people saying like, "Hey, I'm collecting toiletries or gift packs for the homeless," or "Hey, I'm going to be dropping off," or "Hey, we're going to be doing food drives," or whatever. So I think for our group, it's just more so of like people are rallying together to do certain things. I feel like we all have our own niche, and there's people that have that niche of like, "Hey, I want to give back to the homeless. Let me try and help them out." Or, "Hey," we always say like, we provided the platform, like all you have to do is show up. So once the platform is there, like people show up and they're doing any and everything within there. You literally can find anything in the group to help whatever situation, or if somebody's coming on there like, "Hey, I need resources for rent." And so I think that's we're able to connect people that have those resources to people that need the resources.
So you've provided a platform, and that's one thing I want to piggyback on. Travon and I have talked several times. When we hear people saying, "Oh, there's always going to be a racial divide," you can't really stop that around the world. I mean, in America, and I'm originally from Nigeria, so I know there's always going to be a racial divide. There's always going to be platforms that are there, but what you guys have created is a platform that allow Blacks to identify with each other and be more comfortable working with each other, rather than, "Oh, well, if I go over to where it's the Caucasian side, I might get discriminated against. I might not get that opportunity." So you guys have created this platform where it's like, it's making it easier for people to come out of their shell and say, "Whoa, people like me, so let me get involved." So what would be your advice in other communities, other areas, is this, because the platform is what you say, you created the platform, but it's up to them to come out and take advantage, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think it's definitely a beautiful thing. I want everybody to know this website, because I think it's very important, because if you live in Los Angeles, and I'm a frequent flyer through Los Angeles, so there's more Caucasians and Latinos at Roscoe's than brothers. So it's important, because you give, like California is what they say is the melting pot. So you give not only Black businesses the support from other Black people, but you also let these Latino and white people know, like, hey, if I want to go get some good barbecue, or if I want to go get my son, my Latino son, he wants a fade just like all his little friends. That's the brothers at school, so they can all go support these businesses. So I think that's very important for us to, help support our communities, because we do, provide most of the votes within our community. And it's time for us to create our own change. In my opinion, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's just my opinion. But it's our Black San Diego, our BSD. Yeah.
ourbsd.com. ourbsd.com.
ourbsd.com.
All the social media handles are Black San Diego. If you join the Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, all as Black San Diego. And also we have a mobile app to download. And I mean, so you have multiple platforms that you can join. If you don't feel comfortable in the Facebook group, go to Instagram. If you don't feel comfortable in Instagram, go to the website. Everybody download the app. Everybody needs to feel comfortable there. But there's multiple places where you can come in and see where the Black-owned businesses are, ask where they are if you don't know, and provide resources if you have something that you feel will be beneficial.
A beautiful thing you ladies are doing today. Andrew, you want to say anything before I get us out of here?
I'm Miss Sherry, Miss Tanisha, it's, you guys are, what I found you online. I told Travon about you guys, and I said, we got to interview them. And somebody like me who, I came out here, I went to an all-white school. I struggled for literally more than 10, 15 years trying to find my footing and balance, because I didn't fit in. And now believing in myself, seeing my business grow as a Black man in America here, I really kind of relate, and I try to tell other, African Americans or Hispanics and say, see, you shouldn't let your environment determine you. You should, from within, if you don't fit in your environment, guess what? Move, or find people like you in your environment that you can communicate or connect with. So I want to say you guys are doing a fabulous, awesome thing. I will join the group, absolutely. Travon and I, even though we're out here in Southern in LA area, and we will promote the group and hope that it keeps growing and grows over 100,000 members within the next couple of years. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you. We like to encourage people to donate for the nonprofit. It's going to put a business through the workshops that will, like Travon said, we want to increase customer service. We want best practices in business, and we're going to hope the donation of what I believe is $500 will put a business through these classes so that they're not trying to come up with extra funds for that. So we put them through this program that will help better their businesses, and that's from the nonprofit. You could donate on the website, which is ourbsd.com.
Listen, if you can do anything to help them out, it's rbsd.com. Once again, this is the Tie and Hoodie Show every Sunday, 6:30 to 7 a.m. If you missed the last ends of this show, or you missed the beginning of the show, you can catch all our reruns and all our Zooms. This is the 2020 version of HBO.
And I want to mention, Travon, before we end it, I want everybody who's listening or who's watching on YouTube, these are not just like you ladies are full-time employed. I mean, you have your full-time jobs, your moms, you have all other things going on in your world, and you still had to find time to do this. So I want to make sure that people understand that you can create any kind of excuse you want, but it's up to you to kind of also create, the time to get involved, just like you guys have done, from 0 to 36,000 members in 4 years. I mean, I'm impressed, like beyond, just wanted to let you know that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, tieandhoodieshow.com. You can catch all the shows, ICC Lending, where you can get all your loans taken care of. Ladies, rbsd.com, rbsd.com. We'll make sure we send everybody there. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you for tuning in. Tie and Hoodie Show, we out.
Hey, do you have valuable information that can help your community? Okay. And you'd like to be a guest? Hit us on our social media.
Do it now. The Tie and Hoodie Show is sponsored by ICCLending.com. For real estate service, please go to ICCLending.com.